Today we're talking about the five reasons why owning a home makes so much sense. So stay tuned, but before we do, please click the subscribe button so you never miss when we put out new content around the real estate industry and our North Metro Atlanta communities. The first reason why owning a home makes so much sense is something called equity. Equity is the difference between how much the home is worth and how much you owe on the mortgage. And it's like having a little savings account that you can never touch. Let's say you take out a mortgage on a house for $200,000. And over time, every month, your payments, instead of going to a landlord, are going towards that $200,000 that you took out. Part of it goes towards interest and part of it goes towards principal, or paying down the $200,000. So over time, let's say that you've paid down $10,000 and now you owe $190,000 instead of $200,000 on the mortgage. Well, that $10,000 difference right there is your money. If the house is worth $200,000 and you owe $190,000, you now have $10,000 put aside as equity. Think of it like a savings account that you can't touch. That is one of the best reasons why owning a home exists, because you own the financial asset. And every month when you make a payment, you're owning more and more of that house as you pay down the mortgage. The second reason why owning a home makes so much sense is called appreciation. So over time, home values rise. As they rise, we're also paying down the mortgage, right? So in our first example of equity, if the house was worth $200,000 and you paid it down to $190,000, you have $10,000 in equity. But if the home has increased in value, say to $220,000, now you're looking at $30,000 in equity. The difference between the $190,000 that you owe on the mortgage and the $220,000 that the home is worth. This is why owning a home makes so much financial sense. Not only are you paying down the debt on the home that you owe, but naturally the market is having a higher demand for your property, so it becomes more valuable over time. This is the key to financial security. And this is why over time, the difference between the average net worth of a renter and the average net worth of a homeowner is over $200,000. The third reason why owning a house makes so much sense is the tax savings. So as I mentioned, when you're making a payment, part of that goes towards the principal, or paying down the mortgage, and part of it goes towards interest. Well, in the tax savings, you get to deduct your mortgage interest against your taxes every year. So it's a huge financial win for homeowners. If you are renting, you don't get to do that.
Your rent goes to your landlord every single month.
When you own, your mortgage payment goes towards paying down your mortgage or owning more of the house. And then the interest that you pay, you get to deduct that against your income. In addition to that, there's also property tax deduction. And then you also get tax savings. Every once in a while, the government will give tax credit for certain appliances. So if you have an energy efficient upgrade to your house, there might be a tax credit for you involved there too. So there's lots of tax savings that go into owning a house in addition to appreciation and equity. The fourth reason why owning a house makes so much sense is the financial security with it. Over time, you're building up equity. Well, in the event of a recession or job loss, then you might need to tap into that equity to keep your lifestyle going while you recover. Well, there's a couple of ways you can do that. One is a home equity line of credit. It's a line of credit that allows you to take a loan on your equity. The second way you can do it is a cash out refinance. Sometimes it makes sense to refinance your mortgage or take out another mortgage, paying off the original one and taking the cash out of the property. That's called a cash out refi. And in times where loans are historically low interest rates, and a lot of people have built up equity in their homes over the last few years, it makes sense to tap into a cash out refi, taking the equity out and using that to live on and float through the downturn in an economy. The difference between a homeowner and a renter in the average net worth is over $200,000. And this is, it's done by studies put out by the National Association of Realtors. It proves that financial security long-term is best achieved by owning a house. And delaying home ownership delays significantly the amount of net worth that one can accumulate in their lifetime. The fifth and last reason why home ownership makes sense for me is extremely important, and it is a sense of pride. Having a sense of pride in where I live and having the ability to do what I want with my property is huge. You know, my youngest kid is now at the age where we can let all of the kids run around in the yard, and my wife and I can garden and tend to the yard. And the work that we put in means something to us. We love coming home to a home that we aesthetically enjoy, as well as, you know, we can enjoy the fruits of the land that we have because we garden and we have some vegetables and we have lots of flowering plants around the property. And that's something that we absolutely love. It is a huge sense of pride to be able to say, this is mine. And so many others have that same sense of pride in their homes as well. For me, it's a great sense of belonging to our community and being there permanently and having that land that is mine. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. We are here for you in our community in Cobb County and Northwest Metro Atlanta. If you have any questions about real estate, don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you and have a great day.